Yes, I am. Hey there, friendlies. It's the 17th. So welcome to the 17th of July edition of the Beer Blades and Bushcraft live stream. I'm most likely alone right now, but that ain't going to be true for long. Am I right? I'm totally right. So what do I have to talk about tonight? Just a few little things. First is that the Pucco for Camille. Okay, for Camille is coming along nicely. Hold on a sec. I've been peening what I'm trying to say is that I've been peening the tang, and it is taking bazillions of talk. And I'm just shattering the wood that I've got it in. Did I show that to you guys last week? Yes, last week. Jess. Yes, I've done a bit more work on it, but I'm having to work on it like a little here, a little there, a little, because I don't have time to tong for like an entire day. Hey, Ace27, how's it going? What's up with you? What's going on? Having a good day? Yes, it was. That's what I heard. When I was in Victoria the week before, it was hot, but not too much because they don't get quite the same sticky humidity as we get here. How hot was it while you were there? And what were you doing in Victoria again? Because I think you told me you were going to go, or you were mentioning it to one of the guys, but I don't remember. What were you doing there? And by the way, it is. Oh yeah, the Alaskan cruise, right? Yeah, I remember. So did you end up being on that ginormous Princess Lions ship, the one that's like a floating city? Yeah, of course Alaska was nice and cold. I would love to check out Alaska one day. I would love it. I got up to get a knife so I could dick around with some wood. And here I got 1, 2, 3, 4 if you count this one. Now you're going to be doing a vid. Good. So I'm just sort of... Serge, what's up? You drinking something? Oh, Bliss. Okay. Serge, what are you drinking tonight? What was I saying? I was saying something and it's totally gone. That is my style, isn't it, guys? The hell? Oh yeah, sorry I didn't get a video up this week, guys. It's done. In fact, it's uploaded late because Sunday life just got in the way. And I just have to do like my custom thumbnail and a little write-up under the video, and so that'll be going up either tonight or maybe I'll time it for tomorrow, just because I'm gonna feel awkward having the live stream and my video go up the same night. But I don't know. Serge is having a harp. Nice. Slow start tonight, eh? There's only 4 of us. There's me, there's Serge, there's Ace27. Who's the ghost? Who are you, ghost? Who are you? Serge has a delay. Well, you know what? The thing is, the picture on the phone and the picture on YouTube, there is a delay. So I just, like, I say something and I give it a few minutes for, you know, for the person to answer. Yeah, there's a ghost. I wonder who it is. Lurking, waiting to strike. Pine. Good old Pine. So what I was doing before this was I have a gate that I made, and it's kind of falling apart. Anyway, it's a metal frame, but it's a crappy metal frame. So I keep trying to come up with some miraculous and cunning plan to solidify it and like make it square and solid, and it's just having some trouble here, guys. Having some trouble. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But you know, you need a working gate, am I right? I think I'm right. I do in fact believe that I'm right about that. No, our ghost is still ghosting. But yeah, so I'm back from vacation, which I'm not going to tell you too much about because that's what the video that I was supposed to put up on Sunday is about. So you guys will see that when it goes up tonight or early tomorrow. Maybe I'll put it up tonight. Just get it done, you know? Get her done! There we go. Brought back a brewski from my vacation. From the Microbrasserie Tadoussac, Fond de Cale, otherwise known as a dry stout. So cold, it's kind of frosty. Ace, are you drinking something? Alcoholic or otherwise? I kind of feel whenever I've got a can, I feel like I should tap it like Joe does, you know, but I was never a can tapping type. Good sound. Wait till you guys see this. Hell of a head on it right now, but boom, baby. I used to watch, like when I was younger, before I'd ever tasted Guinness, I would watch like movies, like Irish movies or whatever. Some dude would be drinking a Guinness and I'd be, man, that looks like Coke. Yeah. So I was like, I gotta try that. Looks like Coke drink. And when I tried Guinness the first time, I was like, wow. It's amazing the vast numbers of different tastes you can get in stout. Like this tastes nothing like Guinness, right? Guinness has a slightly sweet top end to it. This has a bitter top end. It's like a slightly more bitter Murphy's or something, you know? Murphy's has a slightly oily finish to it that I don't love. And this doesn't have that. This dry is a good word for it, actually. Hey, LT, what's up, man? What are you drinking? LT, you're gonna love what I'm drinking. Well, you're not really into stouts. But you gotta respect the Tadoussac microbrew. When we were up at Tadoussac, we bought we walked into the microbrasserie and just bought a 12 of anything that seemed interesting. I even bought a couple of IPAs for a friend of mine. Because as you guys may know, I am not a big fan of the IPA myself. But a great many people I know are. We've only started, guys. What the hell's up with that? Sorry. As soon as I got back from the woods, I sent Mike Morton an image of my... you guys saw my Giver gloves, right? Well, yeah, you've seen them. Look at them now. Boom, baby. Used, abused, well loved. There's a burn. I know some leather gloves you can be picking up hot stuff at random and everything. These, you can pick it up, but you got to put it down relatively quickly. But great gloves. I love them. You know, I wanted those crud gloves, those Swedish, the crud or crude or whatever. I would still like them, but for like a quarter of the price, these were like 55 US or something. Whereas the cruds they're north of 200 Canadian. So, good purchase. Nice. It's too bad that Simon's not around because is he here yet? No, I don't. Yeah, Simon. I was just about to talk about you, because these gloves that I love so well, they have, you know, that plastic thing, and I remember you saying to, you know, put a grommet in. And I'm thinking I might do that at some point because this, especially when I hit cold weather, that thing's gonna break. It's nothing against the gloves. Many gloves have these, but I think I'm gonna do the grommet thing. And those crud gloves that I want, or I wanted before I got these, they come with a grommet. But anyway. Oh, LT is having a Guinness Irish wheat beer. Weird how many different things Guinness is doing now, eh? So yeah, yeah, Simon was saying. In fact, I think I even have some grommets somewhere. Like, I think I got them for tarps or whatever, but I don't know where they are. But yeah, so as Simon was just telling him how I'm trying to figure out how to repair my gate. I should probably do a video about it, just so that you guys can see my idiocy. And I was sort of saying that, you know, sorry that my video for this week isn't up yet. It'll be up probably tonight. Sunday was my mother-in-law's birthday, and by the time we got home, it was too late for me to edit my... How many of you guys realize that my weekly video almost always goes out Sunday night or Monday night? Like, I find some guys, like Joe Robinette, he puts out a video and like the comments are, yeah man, I keep waiting for Friday morning so I can see this video, and then other people put out videos and it's like no one even realizes they're on a schedule. And I wonder if, you know, if it's noticeable that I try so hard to keep a Sunday Tuesday schedule. Like, the thing is, my Sunday turns into very early Monday because the video is always up by like 2 a.m. you know. Simon, the gate, I have like a metal gate. I think you've seen it with the round top, but because of the way we put it together, it's not sturdy, so it's like it's sagging and starting to come apart. So I'm looking for a way to solidify it. What I'll do is I'll take a bunch of pictures maybe tomorrow after work, and I'll show you. Yeah, Ace, I did that recently. I do it sometimes. My Agawa Canyon. I think it might be Agawa. That video I had done several days beforehand and timed it because I was going to be out in the forest on that Sunday. So I did it and I set it for when we were out of town. You know, like whenever I get something done, say like on the Thursday or Friday, because I know that Sunday is going to be bad news, I put it in the queue and I schedule it. So yeah, that's that. And you know, the gate was just, I had some time tonight. I thought I'm gonna knock this one out of the park. I've been buying the parts that I think I need, blah blah blah. Just didn't work. And it's anyway. I'll send you some pictures too. Yeah. It's fine. Yep, 2. I know. I do know. Do you guys hear that? You hear that, right? That's a little girl who should have been in bed like an hour ago. But hey, I'm down here. I ain't dealing with it. I will definitely be dealing with it tomorrow when I'm trying to get her little ass up to go to summer camp. But you don't hear it? Jeez. It's like I heard of very tiny elephants up there. You guys aren't even... Maybe it's because the mic is pointing at me or something. Like... Lee Valley has a... Yeah, you hear it? Dish Outdoors. Have you been with us before? I don't recognize your name. If you haven't, then welcome, and I'm glad to see you. Tell you, that girl's my legend, but I don't know why she's still out. Yeah, that's... Now the missus is trying to get her to... Dish, where do you live? And can we call you Dish? Yeah, first time, great. Nice to see you. It's a... Do you know anyone here yet? Or did you just sort of walk in cold? As my fatherly ears are trained to hear it. Yeah, we've got that in common. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Michigan, okay. So you're pretty close to me. You'd be closer if I was in Toronto, but you're not that far. Dish, I was just telling the guys about how I love it when... I don't know how many of my videos you may have seen, but I got these fairly recently. Like at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm going to get me some of those crud gloves from Sweden. And I was talking to a couple of guys about their gloves and blah, blah, blah. And then I found out that those gloves were like $200 Canadian. And I found these American gloves, Giver. So American gloves with a Canadian connection, obviously, if they're called Giver. But I don't like it when my bush stuff stays pristine and new for too long. So I was out in the woods last weekend, and these guys got beat to hell. And I'm so happy because I like them like this. This is... You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it when my stuff starts to look really used. Used and abused. Well loved, you know? Oh, you're a sub. Excellent. Nice. And do you have a channel? If you have a channel, we'll check it out. Hey! Rothstein. We've had this conversation, eh? You do? Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna take a gander a little later. I'm gonna take note so that I will not forget to take that gander. Yeah, Simone, I don't think you're wrong about that. Hold on, I'm just taking a note of dishes. Dish Outdoors. So how's it going, Rothstein? Steen? Shit. Steen? How's it going tonight? What's going on? Yeah, Simone's got the idea about my in fact, I think I even have a kit. The problem is the frame is metal. If the frame was wood, I would have no problems. A fishing channel with some DIY. Okay. All right, I'm going to check it out. I will definitely be checking it out. Thank you, Simo, for the link to the Lee Valley kit. I have something kind of like that. It's not quite as good, but something, you know. I don't remember where I got it, like Rona or something. Oh, I hurt, guys. Hi, Tyler. What's going on? Tyler, we got someone new with us tonight. Dish Outdoors. Dish has a channel as well, which I'm going to check out right after this. Apparently it's Fishing and DIY. LT checked it out, or knows the channel or whatever. Something. Now, I was in the bush last weekend, and Ace27, if he's still around, was he was on an Alaskan cruise. What did everyone else do last weekend? Anyone else go out of town or hit the bush? Ooh. I think I might be buffering. Guys, tell me if I'm dropping out, okay? Yeah, it looks like I might be buffering or dropping. Oh, you're still here. Okay. All right. So, let's hope that Dish finds tonight interesting enough to just keep coming back, eh? There we go. Did I show you guys? Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. It won't take me a minute. I do kind of leave the room often on these, don't I? Okay. No, nobody's taking over my channel, Sash. Did I show you my new glasses? I don't remember if we've done a live stream since I came home from the woods or not. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, Ace, that would have been amazing. Yeah, I did show you guys these, eh? Because I wanted to talk about them a little bit. Like, I think I told you guys that I'm a Celestron guy, my telescope. Yes, we did talk about these. But one thing I found interesting about looking through these, because these are like the $65 ones, right? These aren't like hundreds of dollars. Is that the lenses are not... It's not a crystal clear picture in that there's a slight tint to it. Like on my boomstick, I have a Nikon scope, right? And I look through it, and it's like looking through glasses. The light transference is beautiful, the sharp, and there's no color cast. Whereas these have a very light sort of purplish thing going on. And I'm wondering if that's just a mark of having bought the affordable ones, or if it's like a special coating or something. But I mean, I think I remember now that we talked about this. Like, these were the ones I had before, right? These little Bushmaster freaking Canadian Tire Special, and these are crap. But you know what? These are good enough to give Camille. These are definitely good enough. She'll be happy as a pig in stuff. And they're the perfect size for little hands. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm starting to build her up more than just a little fire kit. You know, just sort of give her some... you know, some stuff to have as we do our hike, so that when I'm looking through my big binos, she can look through the little ones. Because she was looking through my big binos as much as I was when we were in the bush, you know. Oh yeah, Dish, I forgot to tell you, like, some of these guys are primarily Franco, so Occasionally they'll dip into French, or occasionally you might find an interesting word or whatever, but yeah, that's the way we live around here. Tyler, we talk about optics a lot, don't we? We always end up talking about rifles and optics, and it's weird because I never really want to talk about either of those things, but it just sort of slips in there. I was about to say something that was like on the tip of my tongue, but I don't. There's so much stuff I bought for the camping that I didn't end up using, like these. Because I wasn't sure if I was walking into a campsite where I'd be able to just cut some pegs. Like, you know, sometimes you walk into a campsite and you're surrounded by foliage and trees, which is where we were. And sometimes you're surrounded by, like, a field. And because I'd never been to that national park before, I didn't know what I was getting into. So I bought 8 of these. And I brought my little... Where the heck did my tarp go? Guys, where's my tarp? I keep asking you this. Maybe it's in here. Nope. Anyways, and I brought my tarp just in case and everything. I didn't end up having to use it at all. I mean, I guess I'll keep these around just like that. Not very bushcrafty, but a whole lot faster than having to carve out 8 pegs. So, you know. Oh, you like the axes? Yeah, I love me an axe. I'm you know. LT, we shall do a new fixed blade. Yes, let's do that soon. Sometime in the next few weeks, I think. Oh, LT, you got them all with you. Okay. Dish, I agree. This country's something else, man. I spent a lot of my youth in British Columbia, and that is an epically gorgeous province. Epically gorgeous. British Columbia, as I said on a blog post on my blog, that's where my journey to bushcraft started. Way before I even knew what bushcraft was. Way before I knew what a love for nature and the outdoors in a more ecological sense is. You know? Let me see. Yeah, Simon, I'm with LT. What's your new acquisition? Qu'est-ce que t'as acheté? Zachary, hi. How's it going? I was just boring everybody with talk about my tent pegs. Good old tent pegs. One thing I liked about these, like there were 3 different kinds of tent pegs, and they were all like within 50 cents or $1 of each other. I like stuff like I like stuff that I can trip on to be an obnoxious color. I prefer orange. I will admit that orange is my obnoxious color de choix, but red's good enough because I will trip over almost anything. So that's why I chose these ones. I'm rambling because it's my live stream, okay? Where'd my beer go? Oh, there it is. When I win the lottery, because that's my plan. I mean, it's logical, right? Safe plan, realistic. When I do win the lottery, first thing I'm doing is buying a chair for these live streams. Because this stump is no good for twirling around in. Tarp, beer, you're mine. Now, Tyler, that is just not polite, okay? I don't like your attitude, mister. I just don't like it. Oh, my beer. I see Ace saw exactly where I was going. I don't know where that tarp went, Tyler. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I just don't know. I'm very excited to be going camping on a just a father-daughter weekend with Camille at the end of August. I think it's going to be great. I hope it's the first of many. For the record, I'm still looking for that tarp. But I found my beer again. I'll find it by the time I go camping. Your daughter said, yeah, I do have a folding camping chair, but there's no room here. Like between the makeshift bench and the établi. C'est quoi un établi en anglais là? Bench. Between this bench and this bench, like I've only got this much room. Ace. Yeah, Camille's got it upstairs. She's wrapped herself up in it, making a fort or something. Simone will bring the worst? The worst of what? What you talking about? What do you guys... Oh, all 10 of them. Interesting thing. So I finally spoke to... we have new neighbors on both sides. Some of you guys know that on one side, the guy got married, so he moved out he moved out to get a house with his wife. On the other side, a family got divorced, so they sold the house because they were getting divorced. So same year, boom, 2 new sets of neighbors. on one side, there's a French couple. Well, I think technically she's from Madagascar, but I'm not. Anyways, they're both here from France. And on the other side is another couple. And that side, they've got 2 little girls, so Camille and them, like... I was like, but anyways, so they're palling around, and but the parents and us, we don't really, wave every now and again, but not really much. Tonight, Zachary, a Moscow Mule, nice. LT is, he's already answered. He's having the Irish wheat beer. I'm having a microbrew. Well, I'm always having a microbrew, but I'm having one from Tadoussac. Tadoussac is most famous for, I guess, whale watching. It's up, it's in sort of the Saguenay region, which is gorgeous. The Saguenay is also widely considered to be the center or the heartland of Quebec's sovereignty movement. But we didn't see any evidence of that while we were there. But there's this bay in Tadoussac where they have a yacht club, and the coasties are there. They have a couple of Coast Guard cutters, and there's a large dock, and there are these ships. Well, they're boats. They got Zodiacs over here, sort of a medium-sized ferry-sized boat, and then a really big honkin' dinner cruise kind of boat that go out and look at whales. And this bay is surrounded by a little road, and on the other road there's a cafe here, there's a restaurant here, and then there's this micro brasserie. This is not an English word. Microbrewery. I knew that. I was testing you. Anyways, that's where these guys are. So, you go in, you're looking at all these beautiful little, they all look like this. Looking at all this great stuff, because they've got cans, they've got locally made cheese platters, they've got this, that, and the other, and outside the window is this view of the harbor, and I love me some boats. Almost exclusively ones with sails on them. I kind of feel that motorboats are, sports cars that float, but, I like me some boats. But anyways, whenever, I've only been to Tadoussac twice. Both times we went whale watching. Both times I was stunned at the life, both on land and on water, that you see. You're at the mouth of the fjords, the Saguenay Fjord, which itself is epic. Which I talk about in the video that I'll be putting up after this live stream tonight. Hold on, where are we? Tadoussac is one of the oldest settlements in North America. True. The entrance to the fjord is very rich in food. Yeah, exactly. Especially like, you know, belugas. We went out on a boat and we saw like a minke and some English. And now I've gone and forgotten it. The Rocal. Blue whales? No. Fin whales? The Rocal. What the hell's that? Anyways, big whales, but not like sperm whale big. Bigger than minkies, anyway. Hey, Hike with Mike is here. How's it going? Okay, so August 7th, no Simon. Oh, you'll be at the Bas Saint Laurent. Okay, what are you doing there? Simon for Dish. Sorry, Dish. I'm an Anglo, but I live with a francophone, and so here in the house we speak what I lovingly refer to as the Montreal throat disease, where, you know, it doesn't matter which language you start your sentence in, you're going to end in the other. You know. Hike saw lots of whales in the fjord in Alaska. You know, I have. Yeah, LT, maybe Simone and LT, maybe we can plan for next week. Let me check with the missus what the household schedule is, and because if we can plan for next week, that would be nice. But Simone, don't unplug my router this time. That was a very expensive month. Yeah, Rothstein, we saw some belugas. Belugas spend a lot of time in the fjords of Saguenay because of all the Saguenay fjord, because of all the food and stuff there. They come in at certain times. There's a seasonal thing. They come in. There's a mating season. Anyways, the Rocal I was talking about are, they also come in. There's so much food for whales there that, you know, you can see almost anything. And I found out that there are 7 species of shark that live in the St. Lawrence River estuary. I had no idea. I'm never going swimming again. Belugas are the white ones. They're kind of like, they're almost dolphin sized. They're a little bigger. But yeah. Zachary, when I was younger, like a lot younger, like Cégep or university, I might just use Cégep, a bunch of people who don't know what that is. When I was in school, college, you know, when I was in college, I took mixing martinis very seriously. Whenever we'd have a party, I would never get to do anything because I was just making, you know, all night. It's an expensive way to host if you don't just want the cheapest vermouth you can find. And when you're tasting gin is a little precious. But I used to like doing it, you know. I used to spend a lot of time like looking up recipes, trying to come up with a new recipe. I was dating a girl at the time from the Bronx. And I created a drink for her. It's, you know, every guy's probably created his girlfriend a drink when he was at that age, you know. At this, you know, that was around the age when I was writing poetry in cafes, reading Jean-Paul, you know, Sartre or whatever, because the kind of girls I was into fell for that kind of stuff, you know. Hamza, how's it going? Okay, so LT and Simo are both free for next week. So let me make sure that I'm like, I mean, I'm having a live stream next week, but let me make sure I can have the house, because it would be kind of nice if we weren't sitting in the basement. Oh, nice hike. Yeah, that seems cool. How many of you guys saw Hamza put out a video just this week, I think it was, about his Hudson's Bay blanket and like all his hats, his bushcraft, well, hiking hats, Tilly hats and stuff. And Hamza, you had another Canadian-made hat that wasn't a Tilly. What was that? Because that one looked really cool. True, Simo, that's true. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen it, he's got a lot of hats. He's got a really nice selection of hats. It was a cool video. And, I mean, man, a Hudson's Bay blanket for $5. You're buying me my Hudson's Bay blanket from now on, okay? Because I would love a queen-size Hudson's Bay. But, like, with all things, I want something very specific. I want the classic cream-colored Hudson's Bay with the colored stripes on it, you know? Like the classic. And they cost a freaking mint here in Canuckia, at any rate. Ionics. Okay, I'll take a look for that. Serge, do you have any knives to show off? Because I think what we're going to do is a fixed blade evening. How many of you guys watched the live stream I did with those two guys about the folders? Guys, you went and distracted me. I was telling you, today at the end of my driveway while I was trying to fix my freaking gate, I finally actually met the guy next door. Like, stood around and talked a bit. And so, like, I asked him because there was a landscape truck. I'm trying not to hit the French for the Americans in the room. There's a landscaping truck there. And he was walking by and I said, "Hey, are you guys getting work done?" He said, "Well, we don't know. We're getting quotes because we'd like to, change our back balcony and do what you guys do, and I'd like to set up a workshop." So we were talking. I started talking about knives. Turns out he's a collector of knives, and I mentioned that I was building a stacked birch bark Puko, and he said, "Oh, you mean like a bushcraft knife?" I said, "This is getting better." Turns out he collects knives, mostly folders, and what he wants to do with his garage is set up a knife making atelier workshop. I was like, okay. So I chatted for way too long, didn't get the gate done. I may end up doing what Serge, not Serge, Simon showed for the gate, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna look up this. LT, the Gulf War, the Tilly. Oh, Lonix hats. How about Lonix? Toronto. They're kind of like a Tilly. Oh, I've seen these before. They're kind of like an off-brand Tilly, but like the classic Tilly. And the price is definitely better. But I mean, they've got a different look to them. The shape is different. I have a couple of Tillys, but they're not in the right size. I keep meaning to pick up like a Tilly to love. I have a couple of friends who have Tillys that are going to go to their graves with them, and I respect that, One day I shall have my Tilly. One day. Right now, Tilly has a free shipping event. So if I could trust my sizing, anything to measure the crown of your head in a ruler. Why inches? Why? Oh, okay, there's a centimeters, inches. What the hell? What do I look like? I'm 80? Or American, I guess. Hold on. Oh, you ordered a Lavu tent. Where do you order your stuff from, Hamza? HMCS Protector. Yeah, what I gotta do is just walk into a Tilly store, put on a bunch of hats, and then I'll know exactly what my size is. And then pick a hat. Pick a hat. Oh, you ordered it from Italy, okay. Yeah. I was talking to... No, I wasn't. I was having an online conversation with Zed Outdoors. He asked something on his Facebook page, you know, where's a place you have always dreamed of visiting? And so people were saying, you know, Japan, blah, blah, blah. And I said Sweden because hell yeah. And he said that he's been to the south of Sweden, but not the north of Sweden. And the thing is, everything is so close together in Europe that of course he's been to Sweden. Because for him, it's nowhere near the epic expense that it would be from me flying from Montreal. You know? I mean, for the moment. Because God knows what Brexit is going to do to cheap trips for Britons. But, like, you know, when you live in Italy, you can head off to a music festival in Russia for the weekend, or Germany or whatever. And, like, North Americans, we don't tend to have that kind of reality because our countries are so damn big. I mean, the States is big, Mexico's big, Canada's freaking huge. You know? There's all these little European countries, man. You can get your multiculturalism on like nobody's business for less than half of the effort it would take me. Yeah, but MV Asterix isn't going to be... That's not a permanent solution, though, is it? I thought that was, like, on loan or something. You going to Florence in March? Yeah, hike with Mike. If I was to, you know, pack up and move to Europe, like I could ever get in... to me, it would be like Sweden, you know? Maybe like Norway. But like Sweden would be my country de choix. I don't think I would necessarily... Yeah, Asterix is rented. Oh, it's a lease to own thing? The Navy is leasing it until they purchase it? I didn't know that. I thought it was just on loan. How embarrassing that the Royal Canadian Navy is leasing ships from the... Where did they get Asterix? Austin's Corner. How's it going? What's happening tonight, Austin? What you doing? Oh, what'd you see? Yeah. I do think it's cool that the Royal Canadian Navy has a ship called the MV Asterix, though. I mean, growing up, French Canadian Asterix was a big part of my childhood. Yeah, hike, that's legit. Oh, also went to see Jurassic World, okay. Was that any good? Because I've only seen 2 Jurassic movies now. I sort of gave up after the second one. Because The first one I thought was a great movie. Right, from David Yards. $5 movie night, man. We have that too. It's called $8 movie night. Actually, I think it might be up to $9. Man, if they I'm gonna start that again, okay? If the Royal Canadian Navy has MV Asterix and MV Obelix, I'm joining the Navy because that is just epic. That would be amazing. Yeah, Zachary, that's pretty much it. Yeah, but we need more icebreakers. You Americans might find this weird, but our Coast Guard is essentially unarmed. Like an American Coast Guard ship has a big gun on the front. Well, it's not that big, but you know, it's got a big boomstick on the front. Whereas Canadian Austin, I loved that. Whereas the Canadian Coast Guard doesn't. They don't have a boomstick hanging off the front of the boats. When I got out of I don't know, when I was a student or just ended being a student, I tried to join the Canadian Coast Guard. But I mean, I went to school in the arts, right? Writing, filmmaking, stuff like that. And to join the Coast Guard, you needed a scientific background. So they just didn't want me. I think I would have liked it. I like boats, I like the ocean. Wow, they're not going to bother renaming it like an interim boat, right? But if they were, then I think Boaty McBoatface would be great. Here's something else I didn't use camping. I don't even know how long I've had this, and it has never been used. It's never even been opened. Step 1. When filter is dry, prime by uncapping both ends and standing your life straw up in water for 10 seconds. Then take 5 quick sucks from the mouthpiece to pull water through. Étape 1. Placez votre life straw dans l'eau et buvez à petites gorgées par l'embout buccal. Missing a little bit of the information there. No, we don't have anything like the Peace Corps. Tyler, I like the Sawyer mini filter as well. I think I've never used it. It's just these are cheapest chips, and if I remember correctly, like I haven't looked at this stuff in a couple of years, but I remember it being more expensive. End of the beer. End of the dry stout. Dry porter? Dry stout. Dry stout. It is the end. What I liked about the Coast Guard is that it was non-military. I had tried to join the Navy as a youngin', but that didn't work. Sawyer Mini is $24 in the States. Interesting. Does it... Tyler, man, I gotta start buying my stuff through one of you guys because everything is more expensive. But does it goes on... Does it... I'm going to try that entire sentence again. Does it screw onto one of these guys? Like, I don't even remember. I remember looking at it a few years ago and then just not going for it. But does it screw onto one of these? Oh, Austin, what beer? I showed it to the others earlier. It's a microbrew from a little town about 5 hours from here, which we visited while we were out camping last week or the week before. The week before. My timeline is now clear in my head. Yes, there's been an entire week longer, more than I thought there was. Okay, the water bottle. Okay, like just a typical, yeah. Hydro Blue. Okay, I'll take a look for that. Yeah, the thing is, I don't buy those cheap plastic bottles. I'm trying to reduce my plastic intake, plastic use, which is where this comes into play. Ooh, a division of the Department of Homeland Security. That makes them scary. Hey LT, how is that Guinness Irish wheat beer? Is that the whatever it was called, Hop 13, Still 13, Malt 13, whatever it is? Like they've got one new one that's got a number on it. Nice with citrus. Yeah, a lot of white beers or wheat beers are. You know what I'm thinking of doing, guys? I'm thinking of building a platform for the to put my tripod on that's on the floor or on like a chair or something, so that I can be talking to you guys while I'm like, you know, bing, bing. Because if I do this now, that's going to shake because it's standing on the workbench. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll just, because, see? I don't know, do you guys see that move? Because I saw it, well, whatevs. But I would like to be able to drop stuff whenever I want. I'd like to be able to isolate the camera from like pounding on the table it's on, you know? Just pick that up. Little crazy glue action. People are retracting messages, which means I'm like going crazy with curiosity again. Austin, yeah. Good old Coasties. Yeah, it definitely makes a hell of a sound. It's, yeah. Yeah, it really does. And it takes thousands of those stupid taps to get that thing peened properly. Like, I'm literally, what, a millimeter away now? And it's just taking forever. And like, I'll be tung, 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 and it's tightening up, and then I'll miss and hit this, and everything will compact, and then I'm back to having like 2 millimeters. Shoot. So it's taking forever. But it's gonna be worth it. Austin, I am dying for a drone, man. I just, oof. Every time I see, because what introduced me really to the drone as something that you could really use was like Casey Neistat, right? Anyone who makes YouTubes, any creator knows who Casey Neistat is, because he really opened the door for all of us in several ways. I don't always watch him anymore. I don't like everything he does. But I appreciate how he made YouTubing more of an open thing. I find that the whole 368 thing I'm not a big fan of, but I'm not here to I'm not here to hate on anyone. like he's the guy who first introduced me to the drone in his videos, and I see my first impression of the drone was silly toy, expensive toy, but seeing how he uses them, yeah, great. How Wrangler Star uses the drone is very good, but I really like how Sean James, My Self-Reliance, I like how he uses it, because it's not in every episode. When he does use it, it's very sparing, very tasteful. He doesn't go over, he doesn't hit you over the head with it, And I would like a drone to do that, just to have a little bit of, Also, I want to redo my splash page, and what I want to do requires a drone. So I'll buy a drone just for like a 2-second splash screen, right? Thing is, if I had a drone that followed me around in the workshop, it would be loud, man. I would be like walking around and doing stuff, and it's like, because they're not quiet. I really want a drone, guys. You know what else I want? I want supper. I didn't have a chance to eat supper tonight. I totally forgot about while I was struggling with the gate. Let's get that tea bag out. So I'm kind of hungry. Send me a photo of the can of beer. Buy the drone, take the shot, return it back to the store. Serge, I like the way you think. CT effects. Tyler, you're gonna do it, eh? I want to see pics of the entire bloody process. That is the coolest project, man. I think that's gonna be hot. I really feel like Paris Hilton. She's the one who was always like, "That's hot." But man, that's going to be cool. Oh, Hamza, they're illegal everywhere in Tunisia? Wow. I mean, here it's getting more complex. But, Send me a photo of the can of beer. Hold on, let me take a look. I'll take a look. Louis wants to connect with me. Okay, we do it. Send a photo. I shall accept the photo. Interesting. So where's the message? Where's the message, for God's sakes? There we go. I accepted Louis' request. Oh, wow, that's literally not the beer I thought it was. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen that. No, I've never seen that. Let me see. I have a gimbal. Austin, I have a phone gimbal. I used to have two, and I sold one. Now I've got one phone gimbal. And it's really cool. The video where I was putting the small axe, the little double, the mower maker, she was my camera person for part of that. While I was down and hacking, she was like mildly framing. I sort of checked her framing and stuff, but she was the one who sort of like, hitting the button to go and focusing. But yeah, when I'm out using my big camera, I will tend to let her carry the phone on the, this is a GorillaPod. This is a broken GorillaPod. I'm going to buy a new full-sized DSLR GorillaPod, but they're a lot more expensive than the old ones were. But yeah, this one of the legs, one of the One of the little balls popped out and cracked the socket. But yeah. Well, you know, for a good gimbal, it's not a lot cheaper than a drone. It's cheaper, but not a lot. Tyler, oh, you're going to make it canoe style with a roll top instead of a flap. Okay. Legit. I think, is it Frost River or Duluth Pack? One of them makes a roll top as well. Le Pic Bois also does drone. Okay, I'll take a look. Binoculars are illegal, Hamza? Okay. Wow. So, what? Is a telescope legal? Zachary, oh, you got a robotic R2-D2? That's legit. Yeah, right. Frost River. Yeah, you know, the thing, Tyler, is... The thing is, Tyler, that I would love to have an Ile Royale, probably Junior or the really small one, because I'm literally too small for the big one. But for what they cost, I can't do it, you know? Because that's a stunning amount of money for a pack. Not saying that I'm not saying that, you know, oh, they're not worth it, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying that's a lot of money for a pack. It's a pack that's made in materials that I love. But for what they cost, once you do the exchange and then the government gouge, just getting it across the border, the extreme shipping cost that it takes to ship something across the border, they're way too expensive. I would buy one used, right? But I think, you know, once the dollar shakes it off a little bit, I'm still planning to go for one of those Hidden Woodsman packs. But once the dollar calms down a bit, because it's just no good. Yeah, you like the Ile Royale as well. Yeah, man, that one just, woo! That one gets me where I live, man. I like that pack. I don't like the new black series, though. I'm a traditionalist in a lot of ways. Hamza, yeah, is a telescope legal? Or are those illegal as well? I should get my telescope out. I have a nice telescope. I haven't used it in a couple of years. I've been excuse me. I haven't been looking at the stars in a long time. I should fix that. I used to love looking at the stars, man. I would do it for hours. When we played, how many of you guys remember the video I did about my band? When we played that wedding in Vermont, Zachary, you like the Duluth Scoutmaster? I will look that up, unless Simone wants to look it up and put a link up right now. I mean, right there. I'll look it up when we're done. Duluth is a real different style. It's funny because they're so similar in many ways. Like, they both use fabulous materials, but like their designs are not the same at all. It's amazing how many different looks you can come up with canvas and leather. I love it. Pocket knife is illegal. Wow. Military clothing, drones, binoculars. Mars is very bright and red right now. Yeah. On Sunday night, I saw the moon come out with Venus right next to it. Venus can be really bright. I'll check out Mars when we're done here in 48 minutes. Oh, sorry guys. I'm tired. I didn't get any sleep last night. I mean, I did sleep, but it was terrible sleep. I had really weird dreams, man. But like not in a cool kind of way. Ah, Simone wasn't paying attention. Damn it. One of the guys, look up Frost River from Duluth, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, they're all expensive for me, man. I mean, remember, I'm buying in Canadian dollars. Which right now are not doing that well. Yeah, Simon, one of the guys was mentioning the Duluth Scoutmaster pack, day pack. Because Duluth and Frost River, they're both in the same damn town, right? Aren't they right? I don't know if they're right next to each other, but they're both in Duluth, aren't they? I mean, that's weird, right? The reason I like them is because I like canvas, I like leather, you know? Wait, Hamza, for you everything is legal? Why? Austin, you live an hour 40 from both of them? Nice. I'm gonna look up this Duluth, oh, excuse me. Is that an outdoor pack or a canoe pack? The Scoutmaster. The one that I was looking at from Duluth was, I think, Bushcrafter. Yeah, because it's sort of the most like that the Isle Royale that I like. It's got a, I think it's got an axe sleeve down the middle. Because for me, an axe sleeve is a big deal. Wow. That bottom line Quiet Rambler is cool. Interesting. Very interesting. Like, I think that I generally like the Frost River aesthetic better. Oh, thank you, Simon. Canoe and Camp. This is the place for me. Oh, the Arrowhead is a trail roll top pack, right. But like the Ile Royale packs was the junior. Yeah, the full-size Ile Royale is way too big for me. What is the mini WC? What does WC stand for? Well, I would not be ordering my Ile Royale with a canvas My Estate buckskin patch, since my state is Quebec. And I don't think they got that state. But I like well, Ile Royale Junior. I think that would, I mean, it's, I'm a small guy, right? So to me, the size of packs is real important. Let me get back to, yeah, Austin, I'll meet you in Thunder Bay. Oh, Hamza, I get it. You were in the military, so you know how to, okay. Yeah. What I like about the Ile Royale is 2 pockets. Put the axe in the middle, so it's not taking up any room, and it's got those what's it called, shock cable extent, you know, the cables on the side so you can throw stuff. I would want some straps on the bottom, the bedroll straps. I don't know about, like, you know, they've got this signal bag. I don't know if I need that, but I have to try one on because I know that the full size one is just too damn big for me. But I don't even know if the junior is small enough for me. If I really do have to go for that mini one, you know. The thing is, like, I would have to balance out, you know, my size against how much stuff can you carry. And like the mini WC, what the hell does the WC stand for? What's WC? I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey Austin, if we ever meet in Thunder Bay, we have to shoot a video. Like, we'll go camping in Thunder Bay. Well, that's the thing, Austin. I thought, you know, to me, WC is automatically a water closet, of course. Okay, Austin, next year, I'll send you $1,000 and like February, and then we'll go camping in like April in Thunder Bay. I mean, that's a secret, right? Rothstein was gonna go for the same thing, Austin. You're stealing everybody's thunder, man. Oh. I'm so tired. I've still got the Tilly website out, open. So of course I have to look at the hats. Travel, paddling and sailing, camping and hiking, hobbies, beach and leisure, fishing and hunting, urban, no. I would not buy a Tilly hat for the urban thing. But the camping and hiking seems, yeah, nice stuff. But you know, they've got like a baseball cap, the TCDBC Canada ball cap, for $75. It's a ball cap, guys. Jeez. $75 for a ball cap? That... Oh, they've got a discount price of $45. I can't believe it. And you know, you throw a maple leaf on it and you can suddenly charge that much extra? No way. No freaking way. That ain't on. That just ain't on. Yeah, maybe West Coast. Oh, geez, I missed a bunch of things. Austin, it was a Frost River. It was the, you know, there are three sizes of the Ile Royale. There's the Ile Royale Junior, and the Mini. Hey, Zachary, I think I might have seen that Dave Canterbury video. Sharp, Ross, you know, I wish WC was Western Canada. I'd be like, I'll take that for on discount because I'm actually Canadian. 39, check out, oh, 39, I keep meaning to do a video for your giveaway. The real deal Brazilian hat. Hey Hamza, you got an Australian hat too, don't you? 39, I'm gonna, God, I hope I remember. I keep trying to do you a video, I'm running out of time. But I got something I got a purchase that I regret. That I would like to, that I'd like to show off. originally I wanted to do one of my rifles, but it's awkward doing guns on YouTube now, so I'm not going to do it. But I have something else. I'm looking for that hat, Hamza. I'll look for it later. I mean, I got all kinds of time. Kangaroo leather, right. You bought an Akubra? What the hell's that Kubra? Wax canvas, okay. But I thought they were all wax canvas, Dish. Have I like had an erroneous view of Frost River this whole time? And by the way, guys, 39 was just, he just mentioned he's doing a giveaway. And then I think Simon just put the link to his giveaway video. It's an easy giveaway to enter. So I haven't entered yet. I'm gonna. It's a cool giveaway. And all he wants to know is, what did you buy that you regret? We've all got something we bought that we regret. A Cobra. I'm going to look that up. A Cobra. A Cobra. G.I. Joe. Stop, Jesse. Stop. Oh, a Cobra hat's Australian made, worn the world over. Right. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. I would look stupid in these, but these are cool hats. Oh, I think if I was to take that jump, I would either go with the country or the lifestyle. A Kubra. Which one did you get, man? Oh, yeah, man. Shoot. These are expensive. Wait, are these Australian dollars? Or are these American? If these are American dollars, I'm like, yee. I buy the, oh no. Supplied the Australian military with sledge hats. I think that I think the Canadian military needs hats a little more of the Australian style. Fold one side up, put your hat brass right there for like hot weather or desert deployments. I thought that the Tilly was fine. I have no problem with Tilly. I think they make a great product. But I just, because I have a couple of Tillys, and when I'm under the hot sun, it's not quite wide enough, you know? I'm ready to do my my full-on review of this now. I got a lot of use out of it in the Saguenay. So I just have to get the time to shoot a video now. Get the time and get access to a little chunk of forest. But to do any of that, I really have to finish this stupid fence. It's almost done. I'm hoping to finish it this week. That's my plan. I wish Mike Morton had come on. I wanted to show him the beer. Yeah, the airflow is good for sunny days. Yeah, I keep looking at that one, man. One of my Tillys is the original airflow, the one where it's all airflow. Is that the one you're talking about, or do you mean the like there's an airflow where it's just the top bit that's mesh? But I use my traditional airflow one whenever I'm working in the yard, and it's like 38 degrees out. But they've got a hemp hat that I like. American Beaslot making love in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. Yeah. Yeah, the top mesh. Yeah, mine is the whole mesh. It's really good. Good point. It's a good thing I don't have 20 miles of fence to fix. That would make me angry. That would make me sad and angry. Angry and sad in one beautiful package. The boonie hats from the surplus store. Affordable, that's for sure. What I like about the Tilly is, especially the traditional one, you just, if you're canoeing, you just pop it off your head, dunk it in the water, and put it back on. I mean, they're designed that way, Yeah, Austin, I'm with you. Anything that costs nothing, and if you lose it, you don't even care. Well, that's a dumb thing to say because I'm so against, disposable culture, but, if you lose something and you're not gonna die over it, then that's the right thing to have bought, Yeah. Hamza, why do you have so many hats? You just you like hats? Or was it just the collection grew by accident over time? I don't want to do 500 square feet of interlocking pavers. That sounds like a big freaking job. Sorry guys, I'm just checking out the, yeah, I like the Tilly hemp hat. That looks cool. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what the difference is between the TH4 hemp hat and the TH5 hemp hat. Except the TH4 might have a wider brim, which makes it a win in my opinion. I don't look great in hats, but we're talking about protecting yourself from the sun here. Yeah. Getting distracted by all these hats. Whoa! No, I did not see a meteor. Rats. You like hats? Oh, you get migraines? That's too bad. Me too. 2-4 and 2-5 water brim. You have 56 hats? 56 hats? I don't have 56 of anything. No, I don't have 56 of anything. Anthony, how's it going? We were talking about hats. Hamza just told us that he has 56 hats. To which I said, holy crap, dude. I mean, he's got some nice hats, but man, 56, holy cow. That's a ton of hats. Anthony, what else? Earlier I showed off how beautiful my gloves are becoming. Beautifully beaten to crap. I love it. I don't know. Had beer. We talked about a lot of stuff. I talked a bit about, camping. I still haven't selected a sleeping bag for my daughter, but I've narrowed it down to 2, and I'm going to let her choose. Yeah, me too. I love all my stuff when it's no longer looking brand new. I love it when they start to look beaten up and used. Like, you know, you just can't beat it. That's what this stuff is for, man. It's for using. Gloves would be hard to make, Tyler. I would not be, you know. Yeah, Simo, that's kind of my, because I also get migraines, by the way. I haven't had too many of them lately. I used to get them real bad, and I'd be like out for 3 days or 2 days. But I'd be... Yes, Anthony, that's a lot of hats for one head. Austin, as you guys will see from the film, the video that I'm going to put up later on tonight, the missus is more of a glamper than a camper. She's at, no, I'm being unkind, because she'll pitch a tent and everything. It's just she wants to be at a campsite with like the mod cons, meaning a bathroom at least, you know. Whereas I would like to just walk into the forest with a hammock. Should be down with a couple sleeping bag, I think. They're expensive though, ain't they? To make good gloves, one must make good patterns. I kind of want to have that printed on my wall. Oh, Simone, you've had migraines too? Hamza, mine are really bad. Just do a treatment costs you 2,000 euros? Holy snap. Okay. Wow. 2,000 euros is a lot of money, man. Anthony, you wear a 3X glove? Anthony, check these guys out. Well, these aren't really work gloves. But what they do is, like, they've got sizes from XX small to XX large. This model is their sort of their classic, I think. And they're 55 or 56 US per pair. But they're leather gloves, which I know are not really work gloves. But if you're looking for gloves when you hit the forest or something, Giver, which is a spectacularly Canadian term for an American glove, but they were in the woods in Canada when they came up with their idea, so Giver. Rossi, you've never had one? Well, the thing is, not everyone gets them, right? You know? Oh, no! Don't drop the glass. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're at 22:35. Okay, not bad. We've got another 25 minutes to hang out and shoot the stuff. Okay, you know what? While we're at it. Wow, Zachary, are you kidding me? Holy crap. I want to picture her so I can stick it up and realize that there are in fact women who will do this with us. That's not kind. There are a lot of women who like to wild camp. I just get a little envious because mine doesn't, you know. I mean, I'm not exactly gonna trade her in for a wild camp or anything, but you know what, the camping we did, the glamping we did was a good time. Like, I feel that if I'm in the forest, I'm willing to meet anyone halfway. We'll camp at the campsite so long as I can actually just hike in the forest and make a fire and do my little bushcrafty stuff, you know? I mean, I like the idea of wild camping. I like the freedom of it and everything, but I don't have to, you know, I'm not I'm not a baby about it. It doesn't have to be wild camping or bust kind of thing. But you were still very fortunate, mister. Very fortunate you are. Am I missing any conversation here? No, I think we're good. Rothstein, I find that more often than not these days it's due to like a little dehydration, so I pound back some water and I start to feel better, you know? I thought I had something to show you guys, but I don't. Just make sure I ain't missing anything. Excuse me. Spent one night getting almost no sleep, and I'm wrecked for the next day. It's because I'm getting older, guys. Getting older. Huh? I thought I had something to show you guys. A weekend on your grandfather's property. See, that's the thing, Zachary. I don't have access to a piece of land, which is why I'm always talking about trying to hit some crown land or something. Like no one in my family has a piece of forest anywhere. My father-in-law and I have a hunt camp, but it's really kind of awkward to go there outside of hunting season because it's not our property, and anyways. So I keep sort of like, I envy guys like Scrambled O, right? He doesn't own the property where he put up his little shelter, but he has permission to put up that shelter and shoot videos there, you know? I would love a setup like that, or an agreement like that, you know? Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be good. But as I said really early in this, you know, I bought a lottery ticket. I think maybe I'll win it, you know. That's my plan. It's a good safe plan. That's the way I like to plan my finances. I'll win the lottery. It's okay. Outdoor, dude. You almost missed the live stream, man. It's 22:40. Yeah, Serge. I was just thinking about that just now. Oh yeah, you were at BSA. That's the new name for Boy Scouts, right? How was it? Oh, you ran at a few. Rothstein, man, a few miles in the Ozarks. Okay, nice. Serge, once I'm finished, once this damn fence is out of my way, let's talk about that. Yeah, Outdoor. You left poor Simone to be obnoxious all by himself. What the hell, man? His attempts to take over my channel came to naught because he didn't have his right-hand man. How do you feel now, mister? How do you feel now? But yeah, I was just whinging again about how I don't own a piece of land to go to whenever I want. Like, how many of you guys, if someone suddenly gave you the land, would build a little log cabin? Versus how many of you guys would just build a little lean-to or something as a, you know, as a bushcraft shelter? Versus just nothing, just go with a tent. Tent camping, slingshots, archery, BB guns, swimming, boating. Jeez, what a weekend. both. Yeah. You know, when I decide to make my Patreon, whatever, right now it's kind of dormant. I mean, it's still there, but I'm not pushing it or anything because I don't feel that I don't feel my videos are good enough for me to really concentrate on it yet. But one thing I'm gonna do when I'm big enough and good enough to have my Patreon page active, I'm gonna do a book club for patrons, and I have the first couple of books planned for it, but after that I'll we'll do a thing every month where we talk about that month's book, and I'll start to let them vote or decide or suggest the books. But one book I really want to do is Shelters, Shacks, and Shanties, because I was reading through that book and it's an old time book, right? It assumes that you are or were a Boy Scout. You know, like it's written at a time when boys in America and to a certain degree Canada. I don't believe I just said America for the States. Sorry about that. But like, you know, there was a time when you just assumed that the little boys were all doing scouts or something. You know, even when I was a youngin', I did beavers. Beavers. Do they have beavers in the States? Like up here, it's beavers, cubs, Boy Scouts, and I'm pretty sure you have cubs in the States. But do you have beavers first? Is that the first one down there too? I always assumed that we had beavers because Canadians, beavers. Hold on, let me get back because I just realized I was bleep 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 bleep. Serge would probably build a cabin. Serge, would you build like a basic ass log cabin, or would you go for something with electricity and like plaster walls or wooden walls? First rule of book club: don't talk about book club. Yeah, I don't think Boy Scouts up here shoot 22s. I think it's all air rifles. Ok, bonne nuit Hamza. À la prochaine mon ami. In fact, I don't even think air cadets shoot 22s anymore. I think they're all using air rifles now too. If I remember correctly. Because when I was in cadets, we fired 22s made out of the beautiful old Lee Enfield. I just keep watching My Self-Reliance and thinking I would die to be doing what he's doing. But here's the thing, I don't know if I would have the skills to build that cabin. Like, he comes at it from a lifetime of working in the construction industry. So he has, like, a sixth sense in some ways when it comes to just knowing how to build stuff. And I would spend so much time being like, is this the best way to brace this? Even though my first summer job, and I mean for 5 summers in a row, starting at like 14 or 15, was in construction. But I'm now 46. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the knack for it anymore. Cadets now fire Daisy air rifles. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. When I was in cadets, I mean, we were at the Royal Montreal Regiment, so we just went into the basement to the range and shot, you know? In the Ozarks, you have to live there for a year before they'll run a power line to it. Interesting. Interesting. Why? Yeah, so I would probably also need to have power going to the cabin. I mean, especially if I wanted my family to come. Well, Camille's pretty easygoing, but I don't know. She'd probably want a light when she's asleep. But I like the thought of sitting there with like lanterns. I don't mean electric lanterns with a damn battery in them. I mean gaslight, you know? Orienteering. I did some orienteering as a cadet. I have to get my orienteering skills back up though. I really do. I brought my telescope. Not my telescope. Why did I say telescope? I meant compass. What the hell, dude? I brought my compass, you know, when we went camping, but I didn't use it. You got friends transferring cadets to reserves, yeah. Oh, rostering. Okay, I see. Okay. Man, that first year without power would be something else, though, eh? What kind of animals are there in the Ozarks? You have like mountain lions and stuff. Yeah, Serge, man. I remember that the sound of those gas lanterns, the smell of them, the light they gave off. Yeah, I would like one. The wife would feel better if we did not have any because she feels that they're a fire hazard. But I would still love to have one. We use them up at hunt camp when it's just like two or three of us. I like that kind of light. I also like the light from those old, like sort of the Little House on the Prairie kind of lanterns that, you know, like just an oil with a wick. Yeah, Zachary, that's a good point. Don't pack a match through the mantle. Words to live by. Words to live by. I would love to get one of those like an old Coleman. I mean, so long as it's in working order and it's safe and everything, I would love an old one. I I don't really get to buy too much, but there's a lot of stuff that, you know, I would like to have like a real old school camping setup. Yeah, I'm with you, Simo. That's the wood stove I want. Fireplace or wood stove. In fact, I wonder if I would build a log cabin with an almost longhouse style fire pit in the middle. Tyler, you collect old oil lamps and oil candles? Really? Do you have pictures anywhere? Outdoor. You keep hearing you go, man, depresses me. If I up here, if we could find stuff for I was gonna say half the price that you guys do, but that makes no sense. If we could find stuff for the same prices as you guys could, it would change everything, you know? Flea markets, auctions. It's funny, there's a flea market, Serge and Simon and LT, you guys might know this. There's a flea market in, I think, La Chute, Quebec, okay? Which is open, at least during the summer, on like Tuesdays. Early in the morning, you get there and you can find some great stuff. By the time you get to mid-morning, like all the people who are buying as dealers have already sort of swept through everything, but I have a hard time getting to La Chute that early in the morning, but man, you can get some great stuff if you're willing to drive that far out of Montreal. But in this city, there's like nothing, man. Or there's nothing that isn't way overpriced, you know? You do have a few pics, but always just snap pictures from the shop. Yeah, I would love to see what you got. Simo, yeah, exactly. Outdoor Dover. Just stop. Oh yeah, I've been to Serge. I've been to the one in Saint Eustache. I actually bought an axe head at the one in Saint Eustache. I was really hoping for more axes, but the people there kind of knew what they were selling, so the prices were way too. Outdoor. Yeah, the thing is, those old lanterns are a staple, but like no, I don't know. Maybe nobody lets go of stuff for the same kind of deals as you get down in the States or something. I don't know. Yeah, I would love if I could, Rothstein, to have my Tyler wants an axe handle blank. I think that if you go to any like one man handle shop, like north of the border, if you called up East Coast Lumberjacks and said you just wanted a handle blank instead of a full handle, he'd probably sell you one of those. Like, I don't know if you can go to like House Handle or any of those guys and say you just want a blank. I mean, you could check out their website. You want to give carving a handle a try? Osna has too many damn projects to look for another one. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, if Simo ever gets that ash stump split out, I'm going to be asking for an axe handle blank. But what I need to do is finish the fence so that I can justify finishing this bench. Once this bench is finished, then I can justify, you know, rehandling this. Rehandling this. Rehandling this. But, you know, it's all about, I gotta get that damn fence out of the way because it's in the way. Do you know what I'm saying? It's getting in the way of my life. Yes, thank you for spreading the love outdoor. It's good. Oh, Tyler, I get it. Yeah, okay. I've never carved one. What I'm thinking I would do is I would get or make a blank and carve one out of like pine first, just to get used to making one. Like maybe do that like once or twice, just as a practice before going in on the hickory. Because if I'm gonna buy a nice piece of hickory, I don't want to waste it, but by like wrecking the handle, you know. Serge, all I need to do now is the lattice along the top, the last 2 feet. What I'm doing is I have some treated wood 2x4s, which I'm going to put horizontally. I've done like channels down the middle, so 2x4, 2x4, and like a black plastic lattice down the middle. It's almost done. In fact, I've cut them. I've cut the channels. I've cut them to length. It's going to be a little awkward because the measurements are not uniform all the way across, and because my lattice is 8 feet by 4 feet, but the spaces between most of the poles are like 9 feet. So I have to like find a way to cut little bits of the lattice like exact so that it doesn't look like lattice and then add on. So I'm not looking forward to it. Outdoor, you're not going to get banned from the live streams. I may have to separate you and Simo, though. Rehandling Simo's full shays, double whip Walters. Outdoor, man. You hurt in my heart. I'm wondering, Simo, how are you planning to split that again? Because I seem to think that if you're going to take a maul to it, you may not get a whole lot of usable billets. Because, you know, you have to sort of take off the edges and sort of work your way in. Like, a lot of maul work is good for making firewood, but... And, like, something that big, you're not going to use a fro to split it. So, like, how are you going to do it? Like, I think maybe I would almost take a chainsaw down the middle and either do pie shapes or, like, go right across and then quarters or something. I don't know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bad boys, what you gonna do? It's not a song I want to have in my head right now, so I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I would definitely start a handle in pine just to get used to the movements and like prototype, I guess, you know? Oh, you're changing to wedges, okay. Zachary, the lattice here is crap as well. That's why we're using a plastic lattice. Although Oh yeah, Simon, 1 minute. Okay, guys, if anyone's got anything interesting to say it now. Outdoor, I did not beat the bit out of his CBK. Although I worked it hard. I really worked it. It's a for that price, man. I don't want to take my own. I don't want to steal my own thunder, but. Oh, Simon, man. Them might be fighting words. Up, it's 11 o'clock. Okay, guys. I will see you all next week. I will, in fact, get my Sunday video up tonight. I'm going to do it right now, so it should be up in about an hour. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, if... hold on. Just looking back. Some of you guys, some of them are gone. Yeah. So Hamza's gone, and so welcome again if you're still here to Dish Outdoors. I hope to see you next week as well. He brought okay guys, come on, moose knuckle and nutsack again, really? Well, I'm glad you left it for this late. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out.